First of all, I'd like to start by thanking our gracious hosts, Johns Hopkins University and Mudd Hall. I'd like to thank our moderator, Dr. David, as well as my opponent for agreeing to take the weaker side in this debate. It is wonderful that we can engage in this democratic process without the violence that often accompanies debates about food in other countries. My friends, it is an honor to participate in this debate. I should mention that I prefer the town hall setting, where I do my best. But I will try very, very hard, despite the fact that my opponent is a much more skilled debater than I am. And as you will see, my opponent has much better arguments than I do. And I will be out-debated, outmaneuvered, and out-thought every step of the way. And yet I will still prevail. My friends, let me outline for you the reasons why I should be chosen over the Hamantash as the snack of the free world. Here are the primary areas that I will touch upon: the economy, national security, and the issue of character. First, the economy. Oops. My friends, we are in an economic crisis right now. You don't need me to tell you that. As I will show you, the pickle we are in is due in no small part to the Hamantash. Yes, Latkes have been the snack of choice for the last 8 years, and yes, most non-Jews have never even heard of a Hamantash. But I refuse to limit myself to logic in this debate. My friends, these are tough times. There are people out there who are truly suffering. For instance, take Joe the baker. Never mind that his name isn't really Joe, it's Yussel, and that he's not really a baker, he's a moil. Joe the baker had dreams of creating the perfect snack. You set out a little dough, and then you spread the filling around. Spread the filling? I can assure you, my friends, that if I'm elected your snack of choice, there will be no spreading. Let's talk about spreading. My opponent is associated with the holiday of Purim. More on his associations later. On Purim, people go around giving each other gift baskets called mishloach manot. They are engaging in spreading the wealth. I don't want to assign labels, but that smells a whole lot like socialism to me. What's more, in Hebrew, the word puli means lots, as in the lottery. Clearly, the Hamantash represents socialist gambling. My friends, I assure you that I will not gamble with our economy, even if I do support slots legislation in Maryland. In contrast, on Hanukkah, which is my holiday, we give gelt to our children. Handing money over to our kids who are in a lower tax bracket is sound financial planning. And proof that trickle-down economics works. My friends, I have a planned, comprehensive research program to create flavor-producing frying pans so that once and for all, we can eliminate our dependence on oil. Some say that this nation is addicted to oil. My friends, we are addicted to latkes, not oil. Once we find alternative ways to fry latkes, our economy will thrive and we will render olive-growing nations powerless. My opponent claims he is the candidate for change. Really? Let's examine that. Every year on Purim, we read from the Megillah. Every single year. That's not change. That's more of the same. Every year in Purim, children dress up in costumes. I once dressed up 3 years in a row as a cowboy. That's not change. That's more of the same. And Hamantashen, they've been around for centuries. That's not change. That's more of the same. For the last 8 years, we have endured the short-sighted ingredients of a failed snack, which I had nothing to do with, That's not change. That's more the same. On the other hand, on Hanukkah, we give out gelt. Gelt! Gelt literally means change. Now, my friends, latkes have been around for a long time too. That's true. But that's tradition. Hamantashen around for many years, that's more the same. There's a big difference. My opponent is trying to scare you into thinking that things are so dire that snack consumption is about to disappear. My friends, nothing could be further from the truth. As you may have read, I don't know that much about economics, but I can assure you that the fundamentals of the snack economy are sound. Now let's talk about national security. My friends, these are dangerous times. Let me start by asking you to perform a thought experiment. You're awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning by a phone call. It's the red phone, a national emergency. What would you rather have on your bedside table? A Hamantash or a latke? The doughy crust of the Hamantash would be stale and would break down and leave crumbs all over your bed. Latkes, properly prepared, are pretty much indestructible. Although I recommend heating it up, garnishing with some applesauce, maybe have some tea with sugar, goes great with it. My friends, as my snack mate points out, my opponent has had some very questionable associations. He has been seen palling around with some non-kosher foods. After all, Hamantash starts with the letters H-A-M. The term Hamantash stems from an association with Haman, a known terrorist. I'm not going to judge the Hamantash for that. I will leave that to the media. Do we really know the Hamantash? Who is the real Hamantash? Some might say that we should all just get along. Wouldn't it be nice if you could eat a Hamantash and eat a latke? My friends, that is naive. My opponent is naive. He has no experience and does not understand national security. My opponent believes that it is okay for us snacks to be eaten by our enemies. He believes that we should sit down and have a nosh with them without preconditions. We cannot let that happen. My friends, you are either with the latke or you are against the latke. My friends, as my opponent's own snack mate points out, whoever is chosen by you as our snack of choice is going to have a serious taste test shortly after taking office. This is alarming. As everyone knows, my friends, it is tradition to get drunk on Purim. In fact, it is a mitzvah. Do we really want an inebriated snack to be in charge of the protection of this country? I am your meat and potatoes candidate. Do you ever hear someone being a meat and prune filling kind of guy? No, that's absurd. How about a meat and poppy seed filling? Doesn't have the right ring to it. Meat and potatoes. Potatoes are the key. Nobody ever talks about the great poppy seed famine anymore. Potatoes come from Idaho. That is middle America. That is the real America. The America of Joe Sixpack. The America of Joe the Baker. The America of latkes. The great author and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds." I say, let's look at consistency. A latke has a uniform texture throughout. It is not too runny, it is not too firm, a pleasant consistency. Hamantashen are totally inconsistent. They are part crust and part mush. My friends, you cannot vote for a snack that is so inconsistent. A vote for me is a vote for freedom. Freedom from triangulation. Freedom from inconsistency. Freedom from hobgoblins. I challenge all snacks to ask themselves, do you taste better than you did 4 years ago? My opponent likes to compare himself to another tasty Jewish snack, the bagel. Well, Hamantash, let me tell you this. I have served the bagels. I knew the bagels. The bagel was a friend of mine. Hamantash, you are no bagel. Thank you, good night, and God bless.